Thank you, Grace. I think that you did a wonderful job. So I hope everybody here today pick up everything. All the suggestion, tips from Grace, make your resume not just okay, not just presentable, really need to go to the next level. Looks very professional. Today, my talk will be still on resume because we have a resume workshop, but I'm going to approach it from different points of view, not from the perspective of the person writing the resume, but from the perspective of the person going to sit on the outside of the table during the interview. That's your future potential employer, your hiring managers. Over the years, I have had review the resumes, interview the candidates, making final decisions to pick the best qualified candidate for the job. I developed the training program for the employees, including the managers. The resumes all come down to the one basic questions. That is, why should I want to interview this person? So your resume really have one job to do. That is, how can I convince my future employer to interview me? In next 10 or 15 minutes, I want you to think from different angles as a hiring manager. What really goes through the hiring manager's mind when they get my resume? When company create a job, they post a job opening. They don't really want to see hundred resumes, right? So the resume is fine. It's just a process for them to screen or get the qualified people for the interview. They really not focus on how many resumes they receive. They really focus on, do I get a qualified people so I can interview next? So they really want to hire problem solvers or the people that can create the values. There's three things I want you to focus on, especially from the perspectives of the hiring managers. Relevance, evidence, and results. The first one, relevance. Is my background matching job description? So when company creates a job, they not just make it to look good, right? I want to post job. I have so many employees. They have a need. This is a purpose. The need may be they want to have a sales to increase sales revenue, or they may have a need to hire project managers to manage a big project for them. Or it could be they want to hire an engineer to improve the process, to troubleshooting, or could be just a simple to create a KPI charts for the executive manager. That's fine, but you need to know the purpose of the posting job requirements. If your background really match what our job description is, then you go to the next one. Can you provide the evidence? Everybody can say, I can do something, but can you tell what you did in more details? Like Grace just showed you. Can you describe it? I don't say I just have the capability. I'm a great leader. I have a great project management skill. What's the evidence? What have you done that you can show to the potential employer? Next one is the results. Results are very important. You did something for the company. What's the end results? Do you create a positive impact for the company? Do you provide any value for your organization? So that's why pay attention to the sentence at the bottom of this slide. What value can you bring to this employer? You need to think about it. Once you know that three basic stuff, we'll go into more details when we review your resumes. First, at the very basic level, can you do the job? That's your capability, right? So that will include education, your skills, your knowledge. Especially if you have many years working experience, your experience counts. That match with what we need in our job description. Then we can go to the next one. Are you adaptable? Can you learn? Not every people can do everything on their first day of the employment. So we don't expect you to do that, right? If you have that capability, that's great. If not, that's okay. We need to find out if you are adaptable. You want to learn, you're a quick learner, you're eager to learn, you want to receive the feedbacks. The next one, from the communication, we want to know you are a good communicator. But it's pretty limited when we see your resume. Unless until the interview process, we know how your verbal communication, your body language, your tones, those things. But from the resume, still like Grace show you, how to present your resume more organized, structured way. Then we know you have a pretty good written communication. Then we want to know if you can fit the team. To fit the team doesn't mean that you have the same personality like every other team members. It just tell us like you can work efficiently with all the team members. You are a team player. Final one is, I think that's very important, could determine if you get the job or not. When I look at your resume and after that you got picked for the interview, can I trust you after the interview? That's about the credibility. So we'll talk more about the credibility later on. So you got the technical backgrounds, you got technical skills. That's great. That get you in the door. But the trust really get you the final offer. So I saw a lot of people got a very strong technical backgrounds, but they didn't get the offer. Why? Because during the interview, what they described didn't really quite match what was written on the resumes. Grace mentioned something about that too, so I want to re-emphasize. You don't just tell me what you did. Tell me a little bit more what happened. So this is just two short examples. To start with the verbs. Experience in project management. Let's just task-based. Let's just tell what you're responsible of doing, right? It doesn't tell the interviewer too much. So I just know like you probably did a project. But after that, you make some improvement. Of course, now AI tools can help you make better statement, description. But after this short example, I led a 6-person project team and delivered the project 3 weeks ahead of the schedule. So now I know a little bit more about you. You led a 6-person teams. You did a project. The project delivered ahead of the schedule. That's a wonderful accomplishment. The second one is you greet customer. Okay, everybody can greet customer every day, right? Like I can greet you today, but what's the outcomes? You provided a friendly service and leading the 20% increase in positive customer feedback. That's great. The customer feedback could be Google review, could be your customer survey. That tell us something. That's the impact that you created after what you did. Be cautious. If you can put a number, that's great, right? You can make a 20% improvement or you save company $500,000. But not everything has a number. So don't force yourself, say, okay, I got to put 20% because, the guideline I got, you need to put 20% or 50% or $1 million savings. No, not everything is quantifiable, right? So like, for example, the morale. How can you say I improved the team morale by 50%, right? But you can say the impact. You can say the impact of what you did after you implement your project or you conduct your responsibilities or thing. What makes an employer hesitate? I need to think twice if I want to interview this person. First is a generic. Let's say you submit 100 resumes for different jobs, but your resume look almost the same. So when I receive your resume, because it's so general, I don't even know you're really interested in my job. It's just a message emailing your resume. I don't mean that you have to rewrite everything, resume for each job. That's too much work. But you need to focus. Just Grace gave you the example. If you apply for the management leadership time, you put the leadership first, technical people, then you probably put technical skills first. So don't make it too generic because people can tell. System, ATS can tell it's a generic resume. The second one is don't be exaggerated, okay? AI can do wonderful things, can create wonderful things that you have never accomplished. But just be careful because AI is so powerful, can do something that out of your expectation. Really, that's what your actual capability. We still need to be honest. Don't put expert in everything. If you say I'm expert in everything, then you expect expert type of question during the interview. Okay, the interviewer can quickly find out if you only know a little bit or you really the expert. The inconsistency, that's the number 3, right? So I say something I really don't know, I'm not sure what I put on resume during the interview. So this creates a disconnect, inconsistency. As an interviewer, my concern is like, do you really know what you put on the resume? Or is a mistakes or just exaggerated? So make sure like you're comfortable. Go through each line by line. Also, AI is a wonderful assistant, can help you, but that's end up your responsibility. Still need to go through line by line. Make sure you're comfortable. Everything put on the resume, let's represent what your actual capability. So last one's evidence. If you cannot provide evidence, then it's not a strong statement. Everybody can say that I'm a great leader. I'm a great leader. You're great leaders too. But can you give an example? Can we tell the interviewer the story, the example, what you have accomplished? AI can do wonderful things, but AI is your assistant, not your impersonator. It doesn't represent you. You are the one use AI to assist you. AI can do wonderful things. It can help you to do the research. It can help you to go to the next step, right? You want to find out what this company does, what they offer, their products and services. AI can put all the information and give a nice summary, a table in a few minutes. That's great. Save you a lot of time. You can put your time on other important things. You can tailor your resume, do the keyword match, like we show you like ATS system, job description, your resume. So use some AI tool, see by missing any keywords. Then you can improve your writing skills and make your resume not just presentable, not just okay, take you to the professional level. And it can help you practice interviews too. That's very important. Your resume just opens the door for you. But really, resume is not the end of the purpose. It's really want to get the offer. That's the end result. That's what you want to get. So you need to practice interview question. That's through the AI now to do the wonderful thing. Even can practice by voice, just like a human conversation. That's great. But don't count on AI to do something that is not true, exaggerated, give you fake expertise. Importantly, don't let it replace your own voice, because whatever you write, you can speak naturally during the interview. If something AI created looks excellent, professional description, but you cannot present it or answer like interview question the natural way that you do, you need to think about it. Either your preparation is not quite enough, or that thing really shouldn't be on your resume. So you need to think about it, okay? So you're still the last person to review the resume. It's not the AI. AI, okay, creates a wonderful resume. It looks great. You submit it. No. AI can help you get the interview, but it cannot do the interview for you. So you will be the person, still will be responsible for everything you put on the resume. You cannot blame on AI, say, oh, I don't know how to answer this question. Why do you put on my resume? That's your responsibility. That's not AI, okay? Human is the final person to responsible for your resume. That's you. Again, I think that's so important because your job is to get the interview, not just write a perfect resume. So if it's on the resume, be prepared to talk about it, okay? It's a fair game. It's on your resume. You can say, oh, why the interviewer asked me this question? Everything you put on the resume, make sure you think about it. I can present it comfortably. I can answer any question that the interviewer asks me during the interview. Think twice before you submit your final resume. Before you apply, I want to ask yourself those 3 questions. 1, why should they interview me? Let's talk about the relevance. So make sure your background, you might have the background, you didn't put the way exactly match, what's the job description. So think about it from the interviewer point of view, just like you interview people. Why should I want to interview this person? Their background match with my job description. That's relevance. Second one is what evidence prove I can do this job. Importantly, don't just put a simple description. Tell what evidence you can prove I can do the job. So most importantly, can I explain everything on my resume? That's credibility. You say you did something. I let the project team save the company $1 million. Okay, that's great. But that actually need to represent what you have done. It's different. You led the project as a project team and you're simply a project team member. You contribute to the project. So you say you led the project team, you expect a question like, okay, What's the project about? How many people in your project? Cross-functional team projects? What's the end result? Do you have any challenge? Could you give me an example? If you just make up something, it will be difficult to make a logical presentation. They quickly find out. So that's a credibility. You need to pay attention. Everything you put on the resume, make sure that it's dependable. You could explain it with your confidence. This is my last slide. Make it easy, okay? Make it easy because all the interviewers need to review maybe hundreds resume. They don't have time to dig out what you try to say on your resume. So follow those simple suggestions, simple tips like Grace just gave to you. Review it, try to digest it, make it simple, not make it harder. When they see your resume, if that's on their radar, I want to meet this person. In general, they meet all the guidelines we talk about. So digest it, try to make it like your own tools. Think about it, how you want to approach it, how you want to refine it. AI is a great tool. Hope you can get some assistance from AI, but you're still the final person to make the decision to create a wonderful resume. Okay, this is my share for today's presentation. I hope you had a wonderful experience in your career fair. Hope you get the opportunity for the interview. Thank you for your attention.